Welcome back to Shh, They Don't Tell
Welcome
You.
to the show.
I'm Steve Green.
I'm Nikki Limo.
And that's my beautiful wife, Nikki Limo. And today, indeed, we are talking about relationship advice. First, some little pretext here.
Okay.
Little prologue.
Okay.
We have been married now for going on
a million years.
Exactly. And
going on a million.
Going on a million years. And we've been in a relationship for going on, I think this will be our 13th year?
12th.
12th.
Wait.
No, because it's 25.
12.
Oh, yeah, 12. Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty sick.
Feels like 13 though, am I right?
Oh.
Wow.
She's kidding. So don't read too deep into that, please.
Please read all the subtext. Help me.
So yeah, that's our goal, is to hopefully help you guys navigate successful relationships. And maybe you're like, I don't have a relationship yet, Steve Green. Yeah, but that's not what this is about. This is about like being ready for your first mature relationship.
If you want one.
Which we highly recommend. We both really,
we think it's
recommend
pretty sick. We think it's pretty sick.
We think it's sick as AF.
I think that the right relationship, the healthy relationship, it will just enhance your life.
Yes.
A lot of people think that but the old ball and chain, once you get in a relationship, you gotta sacrifice and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't have to be like that. Like, you just find a partner that enhances everything that you love about your life.
As long as they fit you right. And so today we are indeed trying to help other people fit it right.
And he fits me pretty right.
Oh, it's a tight fit.
Wow.
It's a tight fit. Okay, so check this out.
What's up?
This first one is, I, 28 female, rejected my husband, 33 male, for the first time, and his reaction grossed me out.
Oh, no.
My husband and I are trying to spice up our S life.
Okay.
I am the one actively trying. He's just along for the ride, she says in parentheses.
We can't say sex?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
We're just being good boys and girls.
I guess.
We were watching a racy movie. Ooh, what do you think? What movie do you think it was?
Like a type of...
Probably I Spy.
I Spy?
Oh, yeah, man.
Probably like a real estate show.
Oh, yeah, dude. The real estate shows are hot. And I asked him if we can choose 2 toys out of our collection tonight. He gave me a do we have to kind of reaction and made a vibrator joke. We went to the bedroom. I pulled out the box of toys and he chose the wand, and I asked him if he can choose another, but he said no, because it feels like pulling teeth to try to get him to be proactive in our S life. It upset me enough that I told him I don't want to do it anymore. It's the first time I've ever rejected him, whereas he probably rejects me at least several times a month.
Oh. He
demanded I come back to bed or he was going to get really pissed. Quote.
Whoa.
I think that reaction is insane. I tried to communicate how I feel like we can go about our S life makes me feel unsexy and undesired. He refused to communicate with me, and now I'm sleeping on the couch.
What? What kind of relationship is
We're already going to couples counseling. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Huh.
This is tricky because they're married.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because if they weren't, I would say that you guys aren't, this isn't going to work out.
It just doesn't, I don't understand how he can have that kind of reaction when he's the one rejecting her most of the time.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. Or he was going to get really pissed. Get back here, I'm going to get real pissed.
Yeah, okay, that turns me on.
That doesn't work, bud.
Exactly. You can't demand it.
Too many guys do this whiny thing, and it doesn't turn chicks on at all. And I really think that this should be underlined and put it embossed and put on the wall.
They're already
nobody wants to screw a whiny boy.
That's true. Like when you whine about not having sex,
or
man. If someone's not in the mood and then the other person whines about it.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Ugh. That makes it worse.
Yeah.
You're just adding dirt to your grave, brother.
And then the revenge cycle of next time I'm not gonna.
I'll give you the quiet treatment.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's like you're in a high school relationship instead of in a mature relationship. Please don't do that to your partners. It does not enhance anything. It doesn't help anything. If anything, it pushes them further and further and further away.
So I guess it's hard to tell by what their relationship is like by this snapshot, because they're already going to couples counseling. So there's already stuff that's wrong, underlying things that are wrong.
Yes.
Or underlying things that are causing resentment or friction in the relationship.
Yes. Well, I think she is more interested in spicing up their sex life, right? So she says in an edit later on, because you know how whenever a post blows up on Reddit, people go, "Wow, thank you, Reddit." Wow, a lot of responses. Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a famous person.
Right.
So she says there was no point where I was forcing him to do something he didn't want to do. We got the toys as part of a compromise for the lack of effort he puts into our sex life. For example, I asked him to blindfold me for 5 years. He doesn't say no. He says, do I have to? I've had conversations with him about how remarks like that kill the mood. And then he tells me he wants to try more kinky stuff, but when he's actually in the moment, he'll sigh and act like it's a chore.
He likes the idea of it.
Yeah, he likes talking about it.
I get it. I mean, it is kind of just a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Like to do kinky stuff. It's like
kinky
a
stuff
lot of...
well, especially to certain people, it doesn't really work.
Especially when like it's later at night and you're just like, look, I don't know if I have the stamina for even normal shit.
Yeah.
Like now we got to add like all this bondage and blindfolds and stuff.
Can't be put in knots and shit.
But I think that if your relationship is in trouble and especially in the passion department and you care about it, then it's worth the extra effort.
Time to get your balls tied up, brother.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I always say.
Exactly. That's what you always say.
That's what I always say. I would honestly just sit down and this guy just needs to hear that. I think he just doesn't care about having sex with her.
He doesn't.
So that's a real big problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that your relationship is going downhill and
I don't think it
sounds non-salvageable.
No, it doesn't sound
Sounds like you're just like in a grueling endeavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good advice.
Break up.
I know, kinda.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
If sex is important to you, then it's going to happen.
Like you see the same patterns over and over, and like it's hard to give advice when like you see this as a sinking ship.
Yes, I completely agree. Okay, check this one out.
Okay.
My sister-in-law, 34 female, became pregnant weeks after my wife, 36 female, had a successful embryo implantation. And now my wife is furious at my 37 male entire side of the family. Has anyone ever been through this and has advice for me? So yeah, they had a successful embryo implementation done at the end of February. And my brother let me know about a very positive pregnancy test this last week after they began trying after their wedding this summer. Ever since I told my wife, she's been furious with me, my sister-in-law, and my mother. She refuses to have a sustained conversation about it. But from what she's told me, she's really upset that they knew everything we had to go through to get pregnant and then go get pregnant weeks after we did, which was supposed to be her moment.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
One of my favorite things about women.
Yeah.
And men. The moment.
Yeah. Everyone like they have their different things.
Separately, she is mad at me because I do not seem excited for the baby and that I, quote, want the baby to miscarry.
What?
After I made a comment that I was nervous to be excited until after the first trimester when she asked me how I felt about becoming a father. So
that doesn't sound like he wants it. He's scared of it.
Yeah, he's just afraid of jinxing anything. She's also mad at my mother after she told some family members after the implementation because we told her not to say anything. So like she told some family members about the implementation before anything got announced.
Is it implementation or implantation?
I think I said it. I think it's implantation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's implantation.
So she's mad. I don't understand. So
it's supposed to be her moment. They went through a lot.
She didn't announce it. She didn't announce it, and now the sister-in-law is getting her announcement first.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And they knew what they were going through. And why did you steal my moment?
Yeah. Right.
Right?
I mean,
get over yourself.
I don't even understand.
Get over yourself. This
can't.
moment shit, people just need to do more stuff with their lives, I think.
I agree. Like, yeah.
Because this moment shit is like ruining society.
And also, like, the sister can't like decide when to have it. It's not like she decided, okay, I'm going to be pregnant now.
This isn't her walking out in a wedding dress during your wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like a completely different thing. They've been trying since summertime.
See, that's...
It's February
There's
now.
very specific things that a person could do to steal your moment, which would be like proposing at someone else's wedding, I think is such a rude, disrespectful
tacky
thing.
As well. Very tacky. Very low class.
Things like that, like where it's an action, but like getting pregnant around the same time as you. I bet the sister-in-law was like thrilled to like be pregnant at the same time.
Right, you would think.
That's what I would. Yeah. I mean, if let's say your sister was having trouble getting pregnant and then she finally got pregnant and then we got pregnant at the same time, right. I would think that she'd be like elated that we're like going to go through it together.
Jen is not like a normal
That's a normal
chick.
reaction.
Yeah.
No, I think that she is a normal chick. This chick is an outlier.
She's not a catty chick, is what I mean. Like she's not.
Yeah, but you think that women tend to veer more this way?
Yeah.
You do?
All of them, yeah.
I don't think so. I think this is like more of an outlier.
I think it's a certain class of women that are like this.
Yes, I think that it's narcissistic. I mean, or like insecure or whatever.
People who watch reality TV in earnest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just don't have like big problems then because like I don't understand. Like you should just be thrilled that you have a successful implantation.
Yeah.
Like I just don't understand the comparison to someone else's path.
Yeah, this moment stuff has to be rooted out and destroyed forever. So my advice to you is to tell this person to get over themselves.
I think that I'm trying to like play devil's advocate in some way, but I cannot.
It's tough.
The only thing I can relate to is like when you have an achievement and people are just kind of like, you know, whatever about it, and it's like whatever, it wasn't a big deal. Then someone else in your family has the same achievement and it like gets celebrated.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of that's like
people are making a bigger deal about one over the other.
Yeah, where it's like, damn, like I just did that, like, and nobody said a word about it.
Right.
But yeah, and then who knows, you know, like, but I've learned even through that just like it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like who cares in the long run? It's just like it's you having a baby is the most important thing. Like it's having a healthy baby.
Amen. All right, try this one on for size.
Okay.
My husband, 29 male, and his family disowned his mom after her affair. I didn't disown her.
Oh.
Yeah. Now the emotional consequences are taking a toll on my marriage. Need advice. I, 28 male, have been with my husband, 29 male, for 7 years. Married for almost 1. This has been a genuinely good relationship. I love him deeply. We built something I'm proud of. He fits in great with my family. I've always felt at home with his. I'm close with his youngest brother and his girlfriend, but the person I've always felt the strongest connection with is his mom. A few years back, I went through a rough, depressive episode. She was the only person who truly showed up for me. She didn't treat me like, quote, her son's partner. She treated me like family. I've always loved her for that. I'm close with my father-in-law too, but with my mother-in-law, it always felt like more of a friendship. Then everything flipped. Just after Christmas, my father-in-law sat us all down and told us that she had been having an affair and that it wasn't the first time. He said he tried to make things work, but he couldn't do it anymore. He was heartbroken, and it shattered the whole family. My husband and his brothers were crushed. They all cut contact with her, and she moved out soon after. I get it. Cheating is a betrayal, especially after decades of marriage. I'm not trying to excuse what she did, but I also couldn't ignore the fact that during one of the worst times of my life, she showed me care and kindness when I felt like I had no one, and that stayed with me. A few weeks ago, she reached out to me directly. She said she was running low on rent and didn't know who else to ask. She sounded anxious and desperate. I helped her. It wasn't a huge amount, and she was incredibly grateful. She asked if I'd be willing to meet her for coffee. I said yes. When we met, she broke down. She told me she tried reaching out to her sons, but none of them responded. I listened. I didn't try to defend her or fix anything. I just tried to be there for her the way she once was for me. Later that evening, I told my husband about it. He completely lost it. He said I betrayed him and went behind his back, and he left the house. The next day, I tried to explain where I was coming from. I told him I wasn't trying to choose sides. I just reacted to someone I care about being in a tough spot. He didn't say much, just told me not to do it again. When his brothers found out they were disappointed in me too, they said I crossed a line and should have respected their decision to cut contact. Now I feel stuck. I understand why they're upset. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Couldn't turn my back on someone who didn't turn their back on me. What do you think?
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, because without context, like, I also just don't know if the mom is using her to try to get back in touch with her son.
Right.
But, yeah, because, like, I've been in the position before where someone was there for me during a really, really, really tough time. Mm-hmm. And even though later they were being unreasonable and kind of like not...
Big C?
Yeah, kind of like not a great friend, I still felt like I owed them for the times that they were there for me.
Right.
And I think that you can kind of have blinders on or like get into a trap of like, oh, well, I don't want to, not be there for them when they were there for me. But if the person isn't like, I don't know, if they're trying to take advantage of you, then I don't know. It could be different, but I'm not saying that that's what the mom's doing because
Right.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I have no idea, but I'm just saying that that's a certain.
If your mom cheated on your dad,
yeah,
and like me and your mom are tight,
yeah.
if everyone asked me to cut off contact with your mom, that'd be very hard.
Well, exactly. I need more context, and it's just so situational. It's just so personal because I don't know if I wouldn't cut off contact from my mom. That's just a ridiculous thing.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like the punishment,
does
that fit the crime?
I don't know. So it's like so personal.
Well, let's just take it from the abstract. Yeah. Like,
let's just talk about, no, I mean, like, we can't take it from the abstract, but like, if we're giving relationship advice on this husband-wife thing, I do think that they should come to a conclusion, like a compromise together, that they don't cross, like a boundary.
Yeah.
If your boundary was that I cut off contact with your mom, after that one time where I help her out and like we have coffee and stuff, I feel like, like, I'm sorry, I love you, but I love her. I love your mom.
Yeah.
But like, you mean more to me because you're you're my partner. So at a certain point, like, I do think that there has to be a compromise, regardless of whether you think it's wrong or right for them to.
Don't you think that I think the base level should have told your partner that you're going to meet with the mom.
Yeah,
Number
exactly.
One. That's just a base level of respect.
Yeah.
And like transparency that I think is important.
I think that she just knew that he wouldn't approve.
I think so. It's a he. These are two dudes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think so too. Like, I think that is a fact, but I think it still is like, hey, look, I know you're going to be mad about this. I'm going to go meet your mom because one time she helped me.
Yeah.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would have been good.
Sure.
So, and then after that, like you said, depending on what we agreed to as the boundary, I would inform the mom of what's going on.
Yeah, but don't you think, like, if he's taking it this poorly, don't you think he would have been like,
don't go.
You can't go.
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah.
But I would have said, look, I'm going because I owe her one.
So that is more of a betrayal in my opinion.
You think so?
Because that's like your partner set the line right there and you just crossed it. Like the way that they did it right now is like there was no line.
I just think that this is a wild thing. Like,
it is. It's very personal and situational.
Just going like, we're cutting off mom because she cheated on dad. We're cutting her off for good. We're not talking to mom anymore.
Yeah,
I just think it's absolutely wild.
That's why I can't relate to it.
Yeah.
Because like that's their situation.
Yeah.
You know, like if
toughie.
my mom cheated on my dad, that's their situation.
Right.
It shouldn't change the relationship I have with my mom or my dad.
Like, I would give my, parents shit for it.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know that I would go like, I'm never talking to you again or whatever.
Yeah. If I think if I think like, wow, my mom really hurt my dad, I would have compassion and empathy for my dad. And I would like be kind of mad at my mom. Maybe you could be mad.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't take away all of the nurture and care that, like, there's a lot of shitty partners out there that are really good parents, you know?
Yes.
Like, I have friends that have kids and they are not having a fun time in their relationship, but the partner is a really good father or mother. And so that is so separate to me that as the child, like, to cut one of your parents off, unless they personally did something to you, is just a wild concept for me.
It's wild. I get it because I do try to ride for people when they're going through something.
Yeah.
And if my dad was like, you can't talk to your mother anymore, I don't know what I would even say.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I know.
I'm an adult. Like, my dad can't tell me not to talk to my mom.
I know.
Like, that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
I can be bitter about it and be like, man, my mom's so selfish. Like, why'd she do that? I could express my feelings, but I'm not going to cut my mom out of my life. And that's just me personally. I have a really good relationship with my mom, and her hurting my dad has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And that's kind of like, it's kind of shitty.
But it doesn't mean that she would escape the consequences with you.
Sure.
It just means that like you're not going no contact or all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd want to know what her reasons for doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that like when someone's doing that, like we don't know everything in their relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't know if
it's not the first time. It's a wild thing.
It's not the first time. So like, what if the dad's like abusive or neglectful or whatever? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if the mom is like found true love somewhere else. We don't know.
Not the first time. I would say probably she didn't.
Yeah, I know.
so probably
we can make some assumptions.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. So first of all, I don't think I can't like assume.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but like I don't think I would ever cut one of my parents out. But
I could cut your dad out easy.
oh, for sure, easy. Yeah.
Easy.
I mean, he's just, mostly just because his jokes are
Stale. Very
stale.
stale.
He needs some more material. And
Yeah,
I was
he
just
needs, he gets new material, then we'll talk.
Come back when we got something to laugh about.
Yeah.
No, I just can't see myself doing that. But if I did, and then you met with her, I mean, I would feel a little betrayed.
Yeah.
If that was a line that I set,
Yeah, it reminds me of when I was in a relationship a long time ago, and we broke up, and then she wanted me back real bad and stuff, and she had dumped me.
Yeah.
She wanted me back real bad, and she ended up going through my ma to talk to me because I like blocked her and shit. And I was like, Ma, I love you. You're the best, and I get why she's using you for this.
Exactly.
But please don't do this to me.
That's what I feel like. It's kind of like using. Like the mom was there for the OP.
Yeah.
Okay. But now in this circumstance, is it like she kind of using him?
It could be.
I mean,
it sounds like she's literally using him because she
said
needed
that
money.
like her sons. She brought that up at coffee.
Yeah.
Her sons won't talk to her.
Yeah.
Like, could you talk to them for me? That's not just two people having coffee together.
It's true.
There is a transaction there.
It's literally a transaction.
Yeah.
You help pay rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So.
All right. That's a tough one, man.
It is tough.
Tough one.
It's tough because there's two relationships involved.
Yes.
Or multiple relationships involved. Because for me, there's a pecking order.
Right.
Like, you come first.
Yes.
So whether I agree with you or not, I could try to talk some sense into you or like help you see my point of view that you shouldn't maybe cut your mom out. But regardless, like at the end of the day, if you are like, that's my mom and I don't want you to talk to her.
Yeah.
I would respect that.
Right.
Over like, well, no, she was there for me. Like, but so were you.
I know.
Like, your partner's there for you more than anybody. So if you set a line, like, then I wouldn't cross that line.
That's true. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I just feel like if I owe somebody something, I have to go through with it. Like I have to. Like, like I really have to repay the debt. But yeah, if it crosses a boundary with you, I can't really do that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
true.
I think that right now the hurt is too high, and maybe later he can talk sense into his partner, like more like, hey, I really think like, I don't think it's wrong to express your side.
Yes.
But you don't even have to agree at the end of the day. But I do think that line has to be respected.
I agree.
Or else it's going to cause resentment in your relationship.
Speaking of resentment in a relationship, if we don't go on a break, I'm going to get real resentful. So, good transition. We'll be right back. Check us out on Patreon. Helps us out a lot. Patreon.com/sticky. STIKKI. You get the show a day early. Also, I do Crypto Corner every Tuesday. Also, we do a free roll poker tournament every month with a live stream. So, with free cash prizes. So, check us out. Be right back.
Hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our show.
We're going to talk about a show that you took a break from to like talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen.
And we're back. All right, try this on for size, Limo. My husband's friend, 42 male, kissed me, 33 female. Should I tell my husband? Our sons play football together Saturday and Sunday. We spend most of our weekend with the rest of the parents on the team as a group. Anyway, one of the moms had a party. We'd all been drinking and dancing and what you do at parties. I said I needed to get some cigarettes. He said he'd walk with me. We were just talking about random things, having a laugh, nothing inappropriate. Just as we get around the corner on the way back, he stopped. And I said he had to say said he had to say something to me. He said, "You're so amazing and beautiful." I laughed awkwardly and said, "Oh, thanks. You're amazing too. I'm glad we're friends." Before I knew what was happening, he grabbed me around the waist and kissed me.
Ew.
I didn't kiss him back. I just kind of froze. When he realized I didn't kiss him back, he started to apologize and said he thought I was attracted to him as well. I told him he can't do that. We're both married. I'm very much in love with my husband. And we had a He had a beautiful, thoughtful wife, and he shouldn't be doing things like that. Him and his wife have only recently got married, and she's such a lovely woman.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to cause any problems in their marriage so early on,
Ugh.
and I just don't like drama. He said sorry again. I told him we'd just forget it had happened. He'd had too much to drink. He made a mistake. Just don't make the same mistake again.
Yikes.
I didn't tell my husband because, again, I don't want to cause
I
a
get
problem
it, yeah.
that would blow our entire friendship group apart. And the kids genuinely love each other and want to spend all their time together. However, I can't help but feel guilty for not telling my husband. We don't lie to each other. And I realize I'm not lying. I just haven't told him what happened. And I want to, but I'm scared of what will happen.
Yeah.
And how he will react. Not towards me, but his friend. He knows I would never cheat. We've been together 18 years, high school sweethearts. It's never been anybody but him. I'm starting to question my behavior. Did I say anything to make him think I'd want him to kiss me?
Yeah, she's like feeling like it's her fault or something.
Yep. So what do you think, Limo?
Well, I get what she's going through because like when you are a type of person that thinks of group dynamics and not wanting to start drama, it's like, is this worth it?
Yeah.
To like, but you know that the consequence might be that it hurts a lot more people.
I think it would blow up the whole friendship group.
It would.
Yeah, it would.
It would. And so I can understand her being in a pickle because I would want to tell you, but then I wouldn't want this friendship group to blow up. And the reason she's going back and trying to blame herself is so that she can like, have a reason for hiding it, I think, but I don't think it's true. I think that,
guys are whack too.
Yeah.
Guys are whack in the head.
Why'd you have to ruin it like that?
I know. Guys are whack
that really
in the head.
sucks. That's just a really shitty situation. I would also like just be on, if he does it again, like be on the lookout, like type of thing.
I would never stand alone with around that cat again.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that I wouldn't want to ever be near that person.
Yeah, exactly.
So it already is kind of fucked up.
I know he fucked it up. It's on
already
him.
Fucked up.
It's on him.
So I think I would end up telling you, but I would explain it like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm really just worried that this is going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
And I would say exactly how she wrote it out.
Yep.
I would say that to you, like to my husband.
Yep.
And I would try to temper you from going after him.
That's impossible.
But I know that the group would not be friends.
The conversation is immediately happening.
Yeah.
Like if that's my friend and they kissed you, the conversation is immediately happening. Like who the hell do you think you are? You kiss my wife, dude?
Yeah.
Now you got to kiss me, brother. You know what I mean? Now you got to kiss me, dog.
But I hate the way she described it. That's so presumptuous that this guy not only like his reasoning is like apologizing
So
because
beautiful.
he thought that she was into him too. But like you just got married to your partner.
Just got married.
Like you
Fresh
just
one.
got married and
Fresh
you're
one.
already like, oh, this chick's into me. I'm like, I'm gonna make a move.
Start a side affair.
Like what the fuck?
Cigarettes. Oh, this is a good opportunity for me to begin my side affair.
Honestly, I do think the truth sets everyone free. Like that's so unfair to that wife.
It's unfair to the husband too. Like it's unfair to the husband to not know, to like treat him like he's a little baby. And like we can't tell him because we don't know what he'll do.
It's not that he's a little baby. It's that it's going to explode the whole relationship.
And sometimes a relationship shouldn't be so fake.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the truth sets everyone free, even though it feels like terrible in the moment.
Yep. Because if I knew same shit, like if I knew that we were in a friend group and like one of my guy buddies wanted to pound on you, that's a fake friendship already. So like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because
we're wasting
like
everyone's time.
Now you have to worry that guy's just like eye fucking me every time that we're in a room together.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
By the way, would I blame him?
And I would feel really fucking uncomfortable too.
I wouldn't blame him for eye fucking you either, because I do it quite often.
Still got it.
I would shake his hand. I'd be like, I get it, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like exactly like it's the friendship group is already ruined.
It's fake.
It's tainted.
It's all fake.
I don't think it's fake. I think it's tainted.
It's now fake. It's become fake.
Yeah.
I mean, that cat.
The friendship group is going to break up.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Friendship group break up. But isn't that a tricky one?
It's his fault.
It's his fault.
His fucking fault. Okay.
I know it's his fault.
So like.
And he should own it. And by the way, his wife, newlywed wife, needs to know that he's
what
a
I'm saying,
scumbag.
is that like.
Scumbag.
Ultimately, I think the truth is better than keeping a group together.
He should have to wear a shirt that says, I am a cheating scumbag
Yeah.
for a month straight. Every time they all hang out.
Shame.
Yep.
Shame.
I'm a cheating scumbag. He should have to get everyone beers the whole time, too. He can't even drink. He has to get everyone beers.
He has to wear an A.
Yeah, where are they? Okay, check this one out.
Okay.
What is this thing called that my fiance does that feels really invalidating? Okay, this is a 42 male speaking
Okay.
about his 38 female.
Okay.
My fiance and I have been together 5 years.
42 male?
42 male.
Okay. 38 female.
Yep. My fiance and I have been together for 5 years, and this has always happened. Usually I let it go, but we're a year out from getting married, and it's starting to make me think that's actually something I should bring up to her. So when we're in a disagreement, or even just expressing my opinion, I'll tell her my side of things, and in the moment, she'll say she understands. But if the issue comes up again later, she has completely rewritten how and why I feel the way I do.
Oh.
For example, I don't like my brother-in-law. He's kind of a dick. I make kind of an effort to get along with him because I love my sister, but I don't make an effort to hang out with the dude. When my fiance asked me why I don't like him, I told her I don't like that he uses, quote, I'm brutally honest, as a way to play off that he's just an a-hole.
Yeah.
That's so true about
Yeah.
people, man.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, my wife and her girlfriend are hanging out in the living room, and I overhear her tell her friend that I don't like the brother-in-law because I'm, quote, a protective older brother.
What?
This isn't true. I love my sister. We're not that close, and I've never had an issue with any of her previous boyfriends. I brought it up later with my fiance, and she told me she knew I thought I don't like the brother-in-law because of personality, but what she really thinks is because I'm overprotective. I tried to convince her that I wasn't, but it was obvious that she was just placating me when she agreed with my perspective. I know this discrepancy isn't a huge deal, but it just feels off to have someone who's supposed to know you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone who's supposed to know you in and out and have your back be so dismissive of what I actually think and feel and to others.
Yeah, exactly. Dismissive is the word that I would use.
Exactly. This is just one example out of many where she has taken what I say, believe, think, feel, and put her own opinions or spin on it that isn't accurate to how I actually believe, think, or feel, and can't be convinced otherwise.
Yes.
This happens enough that I'm hesitant to share my thoughts or opinions with her because of how she might skew them later.
Yeah. I've definitely been in relationships like this.
I think you have too.
The guy's perspective. Yeah. It's infuriating because it's the person that's supposed to understand you the most.
Right.
And like when they don't and they get it so wrong and you thought that they got it the first time, but then also like
they don't got it.
The disrespect of saying something completely different to another person outside of our relationship and like saying it so matter of factly.
That's what I can't stand.
I can't stand that either. Because they're like, not only do you not understand me
you're
at all.
You're speaking for me.
You're speaking for me. Exactly. And you're imposing your like
armchair psychology.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
And then you're saying that, no, that's actually what's going on here. And like, I'm so fucking, I know everything.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking highbrow.
Please bleep both of those, Mark. I'm sorry.
I think we're deep enough in an episode that we can fuck around and find out.
Get him, Limo.
I don't like being censored.
I know.
What's the point?
To ask the YouTube gods, man.
I know, but like, listen, this is it for a niche audience anyway.
Yeah, true.
I don't need the extra 5 cents from AdSense for not getting bleeped.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, I think I wouldn't marry this person until they prove that they can understand you. Yeah.
I would never marry this person.
I agree.
Just because of the arrogance of like, I don't even think they're willing to admit that they do understand. If anything, I have trust issues now because if you say that you understand me, I don't know if like secretly you actually made your own diagnosis.
It's a slimy arrogance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like secretly like, okay, yeah, that's what you think.
Sure, but
that's what you think about you and your opinions about yourself.
Oh, what a big opinion, boy.
Well, yeah. And then I go to my friends later and tell them how like it's something completely different.
Right.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, I don't like it.
One of my exes, like I found a conversation that they were like making me sound like a psychopath for liking Eminem. that like I think he's like
Wow.
a god and like, you know, I'm just have such bad taste in music and like I would
That's just jealousy.
and it was to a girl.
Jealousy. Oh, so he's just shitting on you, the
Yeah,
girl.
he's shitting on me
Yeah.
this girl
Yeah.
who's like a music like a just a music aficionado. What was it?
She
What's it
goes
called?
to Amoeba Records
She's
every
like
week.
she's really
yeah.
into music. So he's like just shitting on me about my taste in music.
She likes
to
vintage
emphasize
underground stuff.
how good her taste
Yeah,
is
loved
and
it.
how he agrees with her taste.
Wow. What'd you do, Limo? Did you stand up for yourself?
Huh?
Did you stand up for yourself when you saw this conversation?
Well, yeah, I did because
Hell yeah.
it was also a girl that sent him a picture of of her tits for a joke.
How were they?
They're fine.
Can you describe them? I'm kidding.
Probably like,
Can you like describe them to me?
I mean, they were like the same size as mine, so it's like
Hell yeah.
they're fine.
Oh, then I've seen them then.
But like, wasn't a very funny joke. I've written better jokes.
I could see the bit. So insane. What a cover job though.
So
Oh,
good.
she said it's a joke. You never done that?
And then I would get gaslit. Like you have, like you just don't understand how like regular friend groups operate.
Yeah.
Like you have bad judgment.
People do bits and jokes and all that stuff.
Like people are always sending tits. Like you should send tits to your guy friends. Like it's funny.
Did he say that?
No.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, isn't that what you're saying then? That
Yeah.
it's such a joke? I should send tits to my guy friends?
Yeah.
Because like they'll think it's hilarious.
Totally. Please don't do that.
I was thinking about.
Please don't do it.
I mean, it
Limo.
would make a good type 5.
Please don't. Good type. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, that one's. I mean, I wouldn't marry that person.
No, hell no. I can't even.
That might sound crazy to some people, by the way, but if they're not going to understand you and represent you,
They're
in
misrepresenting you. Yeah.
in all places.
Dismissive,
It's over.
invalidating, and misrepresentative.
Yep, and they don't listen to you. Straight
Exactly.
up, they just don't listen to
They've
you.
already decided.
So you're getting a warning shot that they don't listen to you before you guys are even married.
And they, like, to me, the most important thing is, like, to be seen. And, like, it's like this person is not even seeing you.
Yep.
They're putting a projection layer over you and deciding that's what you are.
Exactly.
And they're not even trying to see you.
Exactly.
I have a friend that was like this, too, that we're not friends anymore. She yelled at me in the middle of a casino.
Yep.
But, like, she thought that the reason she was yelling at me was because I kept telling her my point of view and she kept projecting her own thing on me.
Yep.
And like I could not convince her of the actual truth
Yep.
of who I am as a person. Even my one of my best friends was like, yeah, that's not who Nikki is. Like this girl thought that I was like trying to flirt with all these guys and like just trying to
She
like
doesn't get attention.
and like try to take all the attention from her. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not even attracted to like most people. I'm just not attracted to them at all. I just find them very boring and I don't give a shit.
She's talking about me right now.
Also, this girl is married, so like, why is it upsetting you so much anyway?
Legit.
The guys just like were laughing at some of the things I said because I was just making a joke, and I do that with anybody,
Yep.
like girls, guys. It doesn't really matter. Like I would just if there's a joke opportunity, I'm taking it.
Hit it.
And like it's,
Don't put the ball on the tee if you don't want
sorry
me to
they
hit
laughed,
it. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and sorry that you're boring.
Yep.
But I wasn't trying to like flirt with anybody. Like I'm not, and I was the only single one in the group.
Right.
You know?
Well, no, you weren't.
Well, not that year. The year before that, I was the
year
single.
before that.
But she got mad at me for the same thing the year before that.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I was just like, you just don't get me.
Yeah, because you were with me at the time. And,
Yeah.
And you really missed me too.
Well, I wanted you to come.
I know.
Like there was the whole reason that like our partners weren't allowed to come.
Yeah, I hate
And
that.
I was bummed because like we had just started dating and I would have way rather had you there.
Yeah.
And then it was very clear why our partners couldn't come because she wanted to flirt with everybody
Yep.
in Vegas.
Yep.
And I was just so bored and annoyed and I was just like making jokes because I didn't even have gambling money really. So like I'm just there to make jokes. And and then she thought I was trying to take the tension away from her. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wouldn't ever like listen to me about like that was not my intention. I don't care at all.
That's the thing is if your friend doesn't have your back or your significant other doesn't have your back, there's just no relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If they don't even want to hear you
And
out.
that's why I'm like, yeah, this is done. I don't want to fight for it.
Yeah.
Because what am I fighting for?
Exactly.
Like, you'll never really see me, I think.
Exactly.
Because it's not the first time.
That's the thing about you too, man. Like I love that I don't know, one time there was a guy who was like trash talking me or whatever, and Limo was there, and she just eviscerated this dude.
Yeah, because he's trying to like get points with me, like, it's like, yeah, you know, Stu, he's like this.
He's like a douchebag or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy was just so jealous of me. It was really funny. But my favorite thing is I had just gotten out of a relationship where like my ex had shit talked to me to like everybody.
Yeah.
And basically just shit talking our relationship to everybody. And then I'm with Limo for like, I don't know, a cup of coffee, and she's already defending me to this guy, like stabbing him, like taking out his, taking out his entrails and showing him like his fucking heart and shit, in front of everybody, which I just wasn't used to that because I had such disloyalty in my previous relationship.
Yeah, same.
But I was like, dude, my chick is a rider, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's what you want. You want somebody where you don't even have to be in the room. You know that they're in there fighting for you.
Yeah. I think the worst thing I've ever said about you is like, yeah, he told me he was going to empty the dishwasher 3 days ago. And like, it's been 3 days. And like, so that kind of fucking sucks.
You're not wrong. Those were the days.
So I was talking mad shit. Like,
you don't have to worry about that anymore, do you?
I know.
I mean, I do the dishes all the dang time.
I know. You cook too. Like, sheesh. I feel like you're just trying to take it. You know, it brings me joy to like.
Yeah, I know. To bust my balls.
To bust your balls and like nag you. And like, you're just like taking away my joy. So
I do like to do that.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah. So have somebody out there who has your back at base level. If they don't have your back before you get married, you're screwed. Bud.
Yeah. Especially, it's not even like. Not only does she not have his back, but she's like arguing with him about how he feels about a situation.
I hate those types of people, man.
Like, you're telling me how I feel.
Can't stand it.
Cannot stand it.
I was at a buddy's house recently, and I was talking about how I'm a petty person, and he's like, I don't like that word, petty. And I'm like, well, I'm not talking about you. I'm the one who's petty.
Yeah, I'm calling myself petty.
I'm petty. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm the petty one. I like that I'm petty.
We did have an argument one time because I used the word sensitive, and we had different definitions of that word.
You and I?
Yeah, where I was like, I was basically complimenting that I like that you're sensitive.
Oh, I do remember that.
And you, because the way that I think the way that most girls describe a sensitive guy is oh, he like cares, he's like empathetic, he's like, he like has this like soft.
I was like, I'm not a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I was so dumb. I was like, I'm not a pussy, brother.
It's like, I think because you got triggered every time I said that word. I was like, I think you're like misunderstanding what I'm saying about you.
Yeah.
Like,
I was.
Yeah, I was like,
I was taking it. I was like, what the hell?
And then you were being sensitive about being sensitive.
I was, yeah.
Being called sensitive.
So dumb. So dumb. It's so funny how clearly you can look back on yourself and see how silly you are.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb.
Everyone's
but if you have that capability of like looking at yourself,
and it's good because that means there's growth.
Oh yeah.
But
my God, just very, when you can look back on yourself and laugh, it's a treat. It's a real treat.
I never look back and laugh. I just get so embarrassed and I cringe inside myself.
I do that too.
I cringe inside myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that too.
My brain likes to remind me of just like the embarrassing thing that I've done.
Yeah. I've seen some of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one recently we can't talk about, but
no, I know.
It was a doozy.
Don't worry, that's on repeat every single day.
All caps.
Every single day.
D-O-O-Z-Y.
Every single day.
We'll tell you guys about it one day, but not today.
To the point where I'm like, I should just write an apology letter. And like.
By the way, it is not a big deal or a serious thing. It is just a hilarious thing, but we still can't tell you yet. Not yet. But
I'm never gonna tell them.
No, one day we'll tell them.
No.
Don't do that. One day we'll tell them.
When I'm dead.
All right, fine. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. We hope you guys are having a good one out there. And thank you so much for supporting the show. Nothing helps the show more than you guys. So we'll see you on the next one.
Have your partner's back.
Exactly. Have your partner's back and share the show with your friends. Nothing helps more. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.